All right, so we have a little bit more work ahead of ourselves in terms of getting our images and our overall layout formatting nicely for our remaining media queries, the medium resolution and the low resolution. So what I'd like you to do is make sure that you have adjusted the width of your browser window. Now, notice that the formatting on the logo has been removed as soon as we break into the medium resolution media query. Notice, too, that this is probably most obvious, is the slideshow breaks the entire layout, right? So we've got to do something about the slideshow. I've got a really cool trick to show you there. And also we're having issues with our 3 content boxes in terms of how everything is sitting there. So let's get to work here. I'm going to go after the logo first, which is going to be a really, really easy fix. All we're going to do is throw in some spacing there. So I'm going to head back to the external style sheet, and I'm going to go and find, of course, the medium resolution media query now. And I'm going to look for my header, and I'm going to go and insert a new compound rule underneath header. If you're thinking header image, then you're absolutely bang on the money. And here's what I'm going to do. Margin hyphen left, full colon space. I'm going to say 20 pixels. And then I'm going to throw some margin onto the top. Margin hyphen top, full colon space, 10 pixels. You, of course, are welcome to try out some different values. Okay? I'm going to head back to my browser and refresh. And there we go. There's the logo under control. Now, most exciting here is going to be the slideshow. This is a really cool trick that I want to show you for getting the slideshow under control. What we can do is we can actually get the slideshow to scale depending on the overall width of the layout. Okay, so of course the high resolution layout is a fixed width. The medium resolution layout is scalable. So we're going to get the slideshow graphic itself to be scalable as well. Here's how we're going to pull it off. So I'm going to head back to the external style sheet. I'm going to go and look for the slideshow inside the medium resolution media query. And let's see here. The first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the height on the slideshow. So right now it says height 300 pixels. I'm going to get rid of that. And then I'm going to go and create a new compound rule underneath slideshow. And I'm going to call him $slideshow space img. So an image inside my slideshow. And here's what I'm going to do with this guy. I'm going to say width, full colon space, 100%. In other words, a scalable width. Let's see if this works. Go ahead and save up your file there. Head back to your browser and refresh. Control or Command R. The slideshow instantly scales down, which is great. So now if I expand my browser window or collapse them down, you can see that the width of the slideshow and the height of the slideshow both scale. You have to remove that height of 300 pixels, otherwise this isn't going to work properly for you. Okay, so there you go. Isn't that cool? Scaling images. Pretty awesome stuff. I suppose I could do the same thing with my logo as well. You could quite literally have a scaling logo using the exact same method. It's a pretty cool technique. All right, now we only have our content box images left. We have to decide how we want to handle this. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to set it up so that the graphic itself is going to sit over on the left-hand side as it is, and I want the text, rather than appearing beneath the graphic, to appear over on the right-hand side of the graphic. Here's how I'm going to pull it off. Back inside the external style sheet, I'm going to go and look for my content box. And of course, I have the content box P compound rule beneath him. I'm going to go and create a new compound rule between the two called content box image. Of course, there we go. And let's see here. I want to float this guy. We talked about floating quite a while back. I'm going to say float left. And I'm going to say margin right. So I want to put a little bit of gap of space on his right-hand side. I'm going to try 10 pixels worth of space. Go ahead and save and head back to your browser and refresh. There we go. Something like this. So this is how I'm going to treat my content boxes here, at least for the medium resolution. You'll have to decide for yourself exactly how you want to handle it. The tricky part being that we really don't know the exact resolution that's going to be used. So our layout could look something like this, or it could look something like that. We really don't know. Okay, so at some point you kind of have to, I don't want to say that you have to abandon it, but you have to be sort of happy with sort of either of these scenarios that we're seeing here, any of the scenarios that we're seeing here. Okay, so there we go. And of course we see those changes happening throughout the other two content boxes. All right, so there we go. There's the formatting of the graphics for our medium resolution layout, which is wonderful stuff. Now, of course, I want to collapse down my browser window all the way down to my low resolution layout. And now we've got to decide how we want to handle things here for the final media query.